NBC2 News Today.
Welcome back. This morning we're joined by Dr. Cerquist now, who has some information about how customizing a diet based on your body chemistry may lead to more weight loss, which I assume means that a generic diet, across the board diet, may not be your best interest.
That's correct. That's absolutely correct. And what a recent study done out of Boston was actually going ahead and trying to customize nutritional programs based on people's chemistry. In particular, when I'm talking about chemistry, I'm talking about what's called insulin sensitivity. There is a theory that people who have a problem transporting their blood sugar into their cells, meaning that they're insulin resistant, have a hard time feeling satisfied after eating. They're hungrier, and this leads to overeating and weight gain and weight problems. So what the investigators did is they actually tested people for insulin sensitivity and then divided them into either being on a low-fat diet or what is called a low glycemic load diet, which essentially in layman's terms means low sugar diet, or carbohydrates least likely to turn directly into sugar diets.
Okay, so we have these two groups now. What were their findings?
What they found is people who had this impaired insulin issue were more likely to lose more weight, lose it faster, and lose more fat if they followed the low glycemic load diet. So these are people who have problems processing their sugar, processing their carbohydrates. They did better on a diet that was customized to lower their amount of carbohydrates as opposed to really lowering the fat so much. What they found is people who did not have the problem with insulin sensitivity, they did equally well on the low glycemic load diet versus the low-fat diet. So there are indeed people who can lose weight on any type of diet, whereas others won't lose weight on some types of diets but can really lose much more on a very specific type of diet.
So this is some interesting findings for anybody who's on a diet. I know you have a practice in Naples. Can you test for insulin levels there?
We do, and it's actually very easy to do. To test for insulin levels requires fasting, to do a fasting blood work in the morning. That means you check your blood before you eat. Or in this particular study, they were doing a little bit more in-depth looking, where they had people drink a very highly sugared drink called what we call a glucola, and then tested their blood sugar and insulin levels an hour later. So it's not highly complicated to get this data.
All right, thank you. Sounds easy enough, correct?
It is, and the thing is that for so many people, losing weight can be difficult, and when you find out what is the right type of diet for your own chemistry, it really helps because you can feel full quicker and you just are able to lose much more weight.
Okay, thank you. And if you have questions,
1-866-401-3438 or go to www.bistromd.com.